It's been almost 2 years since the long-awaited sequel for Breath of the Wild was released, and after many ups and downs, many times dropping and picking up the game again, I finally finished Tears of the Kingdom. And if you're in the same situation that I was, you may be asking, was it worth it? Should I pick it up again? Well, I'll give the answer straight away, yes. I'm pretty sure I cracked how Nintendo was expecting us to play, and in fact, I truly believe everyone should play Tears of the Kingdom regardless if they even like Zelda games to begin with, and let me tell you why. I still remember when I first started the game not too long after it was released. As someone who loves Breath of the Wild and even used to speedrun it, it felt like an eternity until I finally had Tears of the Kingdom in my hands. The beginning, bro, when you walking with Zelda down the cave showed me this was going to be everything I was waiting for. And then I was at the Sky Islands taking my first dive. Oh man, I was in for a treat. The new power-ups that let me do incredible things, the vast map filled with even more things to do than in Breath of the Wild. If the previous game felt massive, Tears of the Kingdom was out of this world. So many new and interesting quests, more minigames, more and better shrines, so many things to collect, and of course, even more Koroks. Nintendo added something literally for everyone, and I feel this is exactly why me and many people dropped the game. It was just too much, and as gamers that I used to try and do everything you get access to, it felt like an impossible task. I could spend hours on a single session just to end it feeling I achieved nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Nintendo was wrong in adding that many features. What I'm trying to say is that I wasn't ready for a game like this, and the way I approached it, like if it was any other open world game, was completely wrong. Eventually, I ended up dropping the game 2 dungeons and many hours in. I moved on to play other things, saying I needed a small break from it and that I was going to come back later. Well, it took me more than a year and a little bit of pressure from a friend to start again. From the beginning because I didn't remember anything, but this time with my eyes set on the end goal to actually finish it. And for that, I needed a new approach, a new mentality to tackle this game if I wanted things to change. And this was my plan. It consisted in 3 points. First, I was going to do entire sessions just focusing on the main quest. And then after a few ones, one session to do the side content I wanted to do. Second, I was going to only and truly only do the things I really found fun and only when I wanted to do them. That will rule out Koroks because I hate those little bastards, shrines at some situations where I didn't feel like it, helping the guy with the signpost because he gets on my nerves. You get the point. The third rule is that I had to explore the 3 maps, Depths, Overworld, and Sky Islands. Not necessarily to do everything and complete 100% of each area, but to get enough from each one of them until I felt like I got the experience that each area had to offer. And then, and just then, finish the game. The first part, focusing entire sessions on the main quest, helped me a lot to get more into the actual story of the game. What I noticed is that temples in Tears of the Kingdom serve as tutorials or challenges that help you understand your new powers better too. And each one of them, of course, gives you another power-up of their own in the forms of sage spirits that can help you in exploration and other side content stuff. And we all know which one is the best, by the way. The second rule I would say is the most important one, and I feel that's exactly how Nintendo intended us to approach the game. They added hundreds of things to do, not for you to necessarily do everything, but instead so there was many hours of fun stuff to do for everyone. For example, even though I ruled out a few of the most time-consuming things to do like Koroks or signposts, I still had many hours of fun content. One of the most beautiful features in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom is the freedom. You can literally do just exactly what you want. You can either go for 100% of everything or just start and go beat the game if you have the skill for it. They added many different things in every part of the game for you to have dozens of hours of content that you wanted to do, not for you to feel forced to do everything. Now I see Tears of the Kingdom as it actually is, a playground for you to go live the adventure you want to live. I do feel that it's important to explore each map. I found out that each one of them offer a different experience and set of challenges. For example, the Sky Islands, just to think how to get from one island to the next is a puzzle on its own. Being able to come up with your own strats can be really fun. The Depths, which can be a hassle, had one of the best moments I've experienced in the game. But after kissing the game's feet, I guess it's no surprise to say that I'm in love with Tears of the Kingdom and it's in my top 3 of best Zelda games of all time. And in case you haven't, let me tell you why you need to play it. Tears of the Kingdom is a turning point for open world games and the gaming industry. And if you love video games, you have to experience it firsthand. There has never been a game this massive with this much freedom but still maintaining a cohesive storyline and progression. Everything in the game is connected and serves multiple purposes. It's a gigantic feat on its own. Just like Breath of the Wild inspired many of the games that came after it, Tears of the Kingdom set a new standard for open world games. The creativity you can have in this game is outstanding, so incredible that people are still coming up with new inventions to this day. And I'm sure this sentence is still gonna be true years from now. It's almost a tragedy that Nintendo said they were going to move away from the formula with the next Zelda games. I really hope another company picks up the torch and pushes the boundaries even more. But I can assure you that in some time people are gonna look back and give Tears of the Kingdom even more recognition than the one it already has. And no one should miss on it. Maybe that way, and only that way, people are gonna start asking companies for the games we actually deserve. Well, that's been enough yapping from me. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next time.